everyone, I'm Melissa here and welcome to your Melissa Moment. Hello everyone, I'm Melissa here. Welcome to your Melissa Moment and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we're talking about my 1 year follow-up with my bariatric team. That's right. It has been a year since I have had bariatric surgery, specifically gastric bypass. I cannot believe how quick that year went by. It seems like it was just yesterday. Now, this was kind of my 1 year follow-up. After this, they pretty much completely discharged me from their program. So what that means is once I meet with them, which I did, they will discharge everything. They send my file off to just my regular family doctor, and anything of concern that may come up, I just see my family doctor about. Of course, if I really want to contact them or talk to the surgeon again, of course they'll, keep, put me in touch and all that kind of stuff. But this was my 1 year. So, I had to drive to Regina for this. Now, I always find that frustrating because I live in Saskatoon. The bariatric team is in Regina. So I had to drive 2.5 hours to Regina to meet with them. Now, they did call me. They wanted to reschedule because I was supposed to meet with a couple people from the bariatric team and the registered nurse, as well as, I can't remember who it was. I'm not sure. The registered nurse for sure. I don't remember if it was the dietitian or the social worker. I can't remember. But one of them apparently wasn't in, and they're like, yeah, so can we reschedule? And I was like, no, we can't. Like, this day works for me. So they made it very clear and said, well, if you come, you're only going to be seeing the registered nurse. And I'm like, that's fine. Like, I wasn't expecting much, you guys. I'm like, I know what's going to happen. You're going to say, yeah, you're doing great. And then that's it. Like, nothing major is happening here, which is why I was frustrated. I literally had to drive 2.5 hours for them to basically just say, okay, great. But anyway, I did it. I drove to Regina. Gives me an excuse to shop at Value Village in Regina. Video for that will be coming up at some point. So went there, met with them. Of course, they do your weight, of course. And you guys, this is a pet peeve of mine because it's taken me a long time to learn, but the scale and what you weigh doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because there's lots of other factors in play as far as, body fat, muscle, like there's tons of different things in play here. So whatever, took my weight. At the end of the day, basically, I've been kind of at a standstill with my weight on the scale. Since my surgery, I've lost 60 pounds in a year. That's pretty much where I've been for a very long time. Now, don't forget, I am doing strength training and I've been doing that for over 10 months now. So that is really affecting the way numbers and the scale are. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating because even though the numbers on the scale have stayed the same, I know for a fact I have gotten smaller. I've lost inches. My clothes fit looser, better, all that kind of stuff. So I know I'm losing inches. I'm also taking measurements, which if you've been following me, you know. So I'm a little frustrated with that. But anyway, basically she said I was doing good. She said that you kind of lose weight for up to 18 months. So I've got about another 6 months where I can really try to maximize my weight loss. So, not that I can't lose weight after those 18 months, but according to them, it's going to be harder. So I'm trying my best to maximize what I can for the next 6 months here. But as far as she's concerned, she was really happy with my progress. She loves the fact that I'm doing weight training. You know, she, all that kind of stuff. Like everything's great. So she didn't have any concerns whatsoever. Um, I mean, my concerns, I feel like I should weigh less than I do, but I'm strength training. So, chances are I'm building muscle. And I do know, and that's the other thing. I have a lot of excess skin. I have a lot of, flab and stuff. I know for a fact underneath all of that, I do have muscle. I have toned up, but you can't see it. It's not apparent because of all this extra skin and everything. You don't see it. So it gets a little frustrating because she asked me, have you thought about plastic surgery at all? Obviously it's not necessary if you've had, you know, um, gastric bypass or any kind of weight loss surgery. You do not have to have, plastic surgeries and things like that. But they do tell you before you go for surgery that you will have excess skin. There is absolutely no way to get rid of your excess skin except for surgery. It doesn't matter how much you exercise or how much you try to tone, that extra skin will always be there. The only way to get rid of it is surgery. So, again, you don't have to, but a lot of people, including myself, um, having excess skin is really bad for your mental health. Like you're uncomfortable, you're self-conscious, you don't feel good. It's hard to see the results of all your hard work in the gym when it's covered by all this excess skin. So she did ask me, are you thinking of plastic surgery? I personally am. Again, this is just my opinions and how I feel about me. Um, I'm not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm not giving anyone any advice here or anything, medical advice or anything like that. So if you have questions, please talk to your family doctor or another doctor. But for myself, yes, I am planning on getting plastic surgery. Absolutely. I have had plastic surgery in the past. I was very happy with it. So I do have plans. Now, unfortunately, well, good and bad. Everyone holds their weight differently. Some people, when they're overweight, they hold a lot, like men, for example, typically they hold it on their stomach, right? They have really big stomachs. Some women hold a lot of it in their hips. Like everyone does it differently. I hold it everywhere. I'm very well proportioned. There isn't one part of me that's really a lot bigger than the other. I'm just kind of big all over. So, in a way, I'm happy about that because I don't have one part that's definitely sticks out. But what that means is, as I'm losing weight, I have a lot of excess skin everywhere. It's not just, oh, my hips is where I had all my weight, so all of my excess skin is in my hips. No, it's everywhere. So I am looking at a lot of different plastic surgeries because obviously when they do plastic surgery, they can only put you under for so long. The surgeries can only be so long. They have to think about blood loss and all that kind of stuff. And also recovery. You can't literally get everything done because recovery is going to be really hard on you. So, for example, and again, until I talk with my plastic surgeon, I won't know what they recommend. But in my mind, the surgeries I'm looking to get is thighs. So basically, all the excess skin I have in my thighs, I'm looking at getting that done. My hips and my butt, my stomach, obviously, um, my arms, my back as well. I have a lot of excess like fat on the back, and my boobs too. Now I have quite large boobs, but they they're very deflated, and they're not quite where they should be anymore. So I did have a consultation years and years and years ago about getting my boobs done. And at the time, my surgeon had said he would recommend getting a breast lift as well as an augmentation. Now, that sounds funny because I already have what I would consider fairly large boobs, but he recommends doing implants because that's just going to help them stay up better and give them a better shape because, like I said, they're very deflated. So that's a lot of surgeries, and plastic surgery is not cheap. Um, the government of Saskatchewan or Saskatchewan Health does not, at this point, cover plastic surgery of this nature. This is all considered cosmetic surgery, and they will not cover it at all. It frustrates me because everyone is so focused on mental health right now. It's important to have good mental health. And, they have all these services in place to help people with mental health. But what they don't understand is people that go through um, weight loss surgery having this excess skin, even though we were told about it before the surgery, until you've actually gone through it, you don't realize how much it affects you and how much it affects your mental health. So to me, I feel that these surgeries should be covered or at least partially covered because it does have a big impact on your mental health. At least it does on mine. But it's not covered. Now, one thing I didn't realize, and this won't apply to me because it's not what I am looking for, but apparently, if you do lose, I believe it's 100 pounds. Now, it used to be, if you lost 100 pounds, they would cover a tummy tuck. That is what happened to me the first time. My tummy tuck was covered and paid. They've changed that rule now. They will not cover a tummy tuck, but they will cover another surgery, and I can't remember what it's called. It does have to do with the stomach, but basically, the difference is when you do a tummy tuck, they remove excess skin and then they tuck it, right? So they pull everything together and they make it nice and tight and they stitch you up that way. That's a tummy tuck. That's what I had. That's what I would like. The surgery that is covered, they remove your excess skin on your abdomen, but they don't do the tuck part. So they'll remove the excess skin and then they'll just stitch you back together. So they don't pull you together. They just stitch you. So obviously you're still going to be a little flabby there, but if you have a lot of excess skin, like overhanging, they will remove that for you. So that's not what I'm looking for, but that might work for some people. Now, I have found that very funny because it's like you're already in there, you're already doing the surgery. Can't you just take the extra step and just pull everything tight? Like, is that really that difficult to do when you're already elbow deep in that type of surgery anyway? That's just me. I don't know. Um, so she talked to me about that. Um, she did say get some referrals, go talk to some plastic surgeons, get an idea of cost because it's all out of pocket. I kind of had an idea in my head of what it would cost me anyway. She seems to think all those surgeries together is about $100,000. That's what she thought. That's more than I thought. But again, I haven't talked to a plastic surgeon in years. And we all know prices have gone up on everything. So I assume plastic surgery is no different. Now, I did ask her when the best time to do plastic surgery is. And according to her, you need to, hopefully reach your goal weight. And then once you've done that, you need to maintain that weight for at least a year. If you can maintain it for a year, then you can go ahead and get your surgery. Now, for myself, I have not hit my goal weight yet. Um, I don't know if I ever will because I'm doing the strength training. My original, like, my overall goal where I'd really love to be is 150 pounds. I would be happy at 175 though. Currently, well, when I had my 1 year follow up, I was right at 199 pounds. As of today, I'm at 196. So I'm not quite there yet. If I can get down to 175, I'll be happy. And I'm currently 196. So almost there, not quite. Um, but then she says to maintain it for a year. Now, the way I look at it is I've pretty much maintained that 60-pound weight loss for probably a good 6, 7 months now. Um, so that just might be where I am. That just might be where my body is. I don't know. Um, but again, it's so funny and it's frustrating too because if I didn't have all of this excess skin, I probably would be at my goal weight. Like that's how much excess skin I have, right? If I didn't have it, I'd probably be where I want to be. But I can't get my surgery yet because I'm not where I want to be yet on the scale. They do also take your BMI into consideration. Frustrating thing is I have lost more in height. Um, you guys, I can't explain this. It's very weird. I used to be 5'9". That's what I was. I used to be 5'9", 5'9". Um, and then I went down to 5'6". I lost 3 inches of height. I don't know. I can't explain it. All I can say is I do have a lot of back issues. I have degenerative disc disease. I also had an x-ray done at one point and they found some very old healed compression fractures in my spine. So just the fact that my spine compressed could have also contributed to the loss of inches. But 3 inches is a lot. Like that's, you guys, that's a lot. That's a lot of height. That's a lot. But I've lost them. I don't know where they went, and I probably will never get them back. But what's frustrating is I knew I was 5'6", and that's what I was a year ago when I had my surgery. Was 5'6" because they take your height. She took my height at my 1 year follow up, and I'm 5'5.5". I've lost another half inch. So frustrating because everything is based on BMI. BMI goes by your height and your weight. So the fact that my height shrunk, that actually means my BMI is higher than it used to be. So according to their little BMI charts, I'm still in the obese category on BMI. I'm not even overweight. I'm still obese, which is really frustrating. I mean, I'm not a big fan of BMI. I kind of hate the charts anyway. I think they should throw them out and find a better way of measuring this stuff, but this is what they use, so what are you going to do, right? Um so yeah, so I'm kind of at the point where I do have a referral in with my plastic surgeon to get an idea of cost, also to get an idea of what they recommend for surgery based on where I'm at and what I'm kind of looking for. Also to see how many surgeries that involves, because I know they can do some surgeries together and some they don't. For example, they will do the arm surgery and the breast surgery at the same time. At least they used to. So instead of 2 surgeries, it'd be 1. I'm not sure if they would also do like the abdomen and the hips at the same time or the thighs. I'm not sure. Um, so there's that. Now, the other thing that kind of sucks with plastic surgeons is even though your doctor refers you, I believe you still have to pay out of pocket for a consultation fee. I want to say it's about $150, $200. Now, that consultation fee will go toward your surgeries when you book and have your surgeries done. What frustrates me is, what if I don't get my surgeries done for 2 years? Right? Are you just going to hang on to my money for 2 years? Like, I understand they don't want to be wasting their time. I get that. But I'm serious. Like, I'm definitely getting the surgery done at some point. But it's at some point. Because if they do come back and say, yeah, it's going to be $100,000, guess what? I don't have $100,000. I don't have it. I also do not want to um, like borrow money or get a credit card to pay for it. That's not really an option either. So I would rather be able to save up money and just get them done one at a time. Uh, but again, it's like, I kind of need to know how much money I'm looking at, but I don't really want to pay a consultation fee if I can't get it done right away. So again, very frustrating process. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, they haven't even called me yet for an appointment. So I don't know. So I'm waiting on that. But that's kind of where I'm at. She was happy with everything else. She did say, okay, we're going to send your file onto your family doctor, blah, 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 blah. So that's pretty much all done now, guys. Um, things are still going okay. I'm still having the issue where I don't get full. I can still eat as much as I want to, which is a very slippery slope. So I do have to be very careful. I will say, though, I was not supposed to drink alcohol for a year, and my year was up. I debated on this one because I know there's a lot of calories in alcohol, and I was worried because I do like to drink, especially in the summertime. And guess what? We're in the summertime. Um, I also like to drink my calories more than I like to eat my calories. So it's very easy for me to go over calorie wise in a day of where I should be. So it was a very slippery slope. And I really thought, do I want to drink or do I not want to drink? But I will say, I had a drink. My husband and I went out for dinner one day, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to order a cocktail. And the other thing I was worried about is when you've had bariatric surgery, because your gastric bypass, especially, it bypasses everything, right? So literally, the alcohol goes right to your bloodstream, like it, boom, it's there. So a lot of people who have had gastric bypass, they cannot drink much without getting drunk very, very quickly. So I also wanted to be careful of that. Now, I've had, this is my second weight loss surgery, so I have been down that road before. And as far as my drinking goes, I I was never really a lightweight. I used to be able to drink a lot before I got drunk. After my first surgery, I could still drink a lot, but I would get drunk quicker. Um, so I was a little worried. I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen now? This was my second weight loss surgery. Now what's going to happen with alcohol and me? So I was a little, I don't know if I should or if I shouldn't, but I was like, you know what? Whatever, we're getting a cocktail. I drank the cocktail. Um, I drank it not super fast, but within 20 minutes I drank it, I guess. Maybe 20 minutes. Um, I gotta say, I didn't feel any different. So I did not get drunk on one drink. I didn't even feel tipsy at all. So I'm glad I took it easy and I just had one. I seem to have tolerated it quite well. But like I said, I don't want to go down a slippery slope with that. So I will, of course, summer's here, like I said, I will be drinking, but I'm going to do my best to go slow and not get crazy. But I also want to slowly build up my tolerance again because I got that Mexico trip coming up in November, and that's going to be a wild time. So I'm going to go slow, but I'm going to have fun. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it for the little update. So I'm officially done with the bariatric team. I'm going to just keep plugging along, keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm still strength training. There will be a few updates coming up here in the next few weeks, I believe, on my kickboxing and my strength training, of course. So if you're interested in those, make sure you have subscribed and click that notification bell. And also, please give me a thumbs up on the video so I know that you guys are enjoying my content, because obviously without you, I wouldn't be here. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.